All right, so before I begin this video, I'm just going to get the positives out the way. The Bills ran the ball really well. I mean, they had 190 yards of rushing offense. Zach Moss was extremely huge today, almost 90 yards. Singletary almost 90 yards. I think they actually had the same stats. Both did it on 14 carries. Both of them averaged over 5 yards per carry. With Feliciano back in the lineup, you can tell how the offensive line drastically improved. Brian Winters sucks. But Feliciano made a huge impact. And, if Cordy Glenn can get back to full health, maybe he gives that Buffalo Bills offensive unit just one more boost as far as being really good in the run department. But they were extremely good today in the run department. Now, New England's rush defense sucks. New England's rush defense, they don't have a good rush defense. They mostly just have a good pass defense. But hopefully with the addition that we had today with Feliciano, moving forward, we can get our offensive line back to full health. We can be able to establish the run game and have more of a balanced approach. I thought that the kicking game was clutch. We made all our PATs. We made the field goals that we needed to make with Tyler Bass today. Punting. Cody Borges didn't have the greatest day, but still there were some possessions where he gave us good field position on the defensive side of the ball to work with. Special teams wise, I thought we played on the kickoff unit, played great. Defensively in the first half, played pretty well. We played good enough where the score was 14-6. We stopped the run, we stopped the pass. But as far as positives goes, that's it. Those were the only positives. There were a lot of negatives in this football game, ladies and gentlemen. And the fact of the matter is that we should have lost this football game. If it wasn't for Justin Zimmer, a guy that a couple weeks ago was on the practice roster, if it wasn't for him stripping the ball from Cam Newton, who was on his way to getting a first down, Buffalo would have lost this game. And not only would they, and the loss, it would have hurt them dramatically. The matter of fact, I'm just going to call it, the season would have been over if Buffalo would have lost this game. Because with the toughest part of their schedule coming up, you can't tell me that this Buffalo Bills team, you're telling me that Bills team can beat the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the 49ers, the Pittsburgh Steelers? Shit, even the Patriots again, if they get to full health. This Patriots team lost Gilmore, lost Edelman, lost a bunch of players to the COVID situation and opt-outs. Offensively, they look like complete garbage all season long, with the exception of the first 3 weeks. And this Buffalo defense in the second half was awful. They gave up 130 rushing yards in the second half alone. It was awful. I mean, they almost gave up 200 rushing yards for the entire evening. I mean, this was awful. Tremaine Edmonds, I hate to say it, dude. Listen, I think he's playing banged up, but that dude sucks. Tremaine Edmonds sucked today. AJ Klein sucked today. We got blown off the line of scrimmage a lot of the times on the defensive line. We couldn't make tackles in the open field in the second half. I mean, everything just went to shit in the second half. We couldn't cover J.C. Myers. I don't know why, but we made him look like the next up and coming Julian Edelman. We couldn't do anything with New England offense. We couldn't stop them in the second half. And at this point, is it coaching? I believe coaching does play a part into it, but a majority of the blame should go to the players. Because at the end of the day, you got to make the plays. I mean, the play caller he's only calling the design plays. You have to execute. And if this defense, which is not executing in the second half, if they can't execute in the second half, that's not the coach. That's not entirely the coach's fault. That's the player's fault if they can't fucking execute. You got to execute on the play. And getting blown off the line of scrimmage, getting your shit knocked off. I've seen that a bunch of times. These Bills players getting their shit knocked off by the Patriots offensive linemen and by their tight ends. You have to make the plays. And at the end of the day, Justin Zimmer made a play which ultimately helped Buffalo win the game. But New England was on their way to winning this game. And who knows, if Gabriel Davis never would have dropped that fucking touchdown pass at the back of the end zone, You know, even if New England would have scored, we probably would have went to overtime. But even in overtime, if New England would have got the ball first, I'm confident they would have scored and probably would have won the game that way. I mean, the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, is that yes, is this a win? Am I happy about the win? Of course I am. We're 6-2, right? I'm happy about it. But am I happy about this performance that Buffalo displayed? I'm happy about the rushing performance. We were finally able to run the ball effectively and efficiently. I'm happy that our special teams play great. I'm not happy with this fucking defensive effort, and I'm not happy with this passing game. The passing game for this Buffalo Bills unit, speaking of disappointment, was awful. And this is the fourth game in a row now that defenses have figured out just take away the top, take away over the top, force them to throw the ball underneath, and the Buffalo Bills will have no answer. They will have no answer at all. This is the fourth game in a row now that defenses have adapted to what the Titans have adopted the Titans formula to how you can play against the Buffalo Bills. All you have to do is drop two deep safety into zone, play underneath, force Josh Allen to throw the ball underneath, and he will panic. Brian Dable wants the override route. He wants the crossing route. He wants the vertical. He wants the inside post deep. He wants those plays. Buffalo is the type of team that loves to throw the ball vertically. They're not comfortable with throwing the ball underneath. The Bills did that shit last year because they didn't have anybody that could do that last year. Well, John Brown was the only person. The problem was that Josh Allen didn't have the fucking accuracy to throw the ball deep down the field last year. This year alone, we have no answer at all for throwing the ball over the top. We can't do it. We have one player in Stephon Diggs that can do it, but he's almost double teamed, damn near triple team almost every time. John Brown isn't healthy again. And maybe we got to get John Brown to 100% in order for us to finally have a balanced approach on the offensive side of the ball. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, is that out of the three out of the 4 games, Josh Allen has looked like crap. He has looked like crap. And maybe, is it all on him? No, it's not on him. Because at the end of the day, Brian Dable has got to make adjustments to help Josh Allen out. His receivers have got to make the plays in order to help him out. We had some drops. Gabriel Davis dropped the touchdown at the back of the end zone, which damn near almost cost us the football game. Receivers got to help out too. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, is that we all know we should have lost to a 2-4 Patriots squadron that didn't even have 50% of their roster on that fucking football field tonight. They lost. Julian Edelman's gone. Gilmore's gone. There's no excuse for how the way that we played, and we're 6-2. We're 6-2. That record is supposed to make it right. If you're thinking of a 6-2 team, you're thinking this is one of the best teams in football. You look at the way the Buffalo Bills have played the last 4 weeks. We have looked mediocre. Just a mediocre performance once again by the Buffalo Bills unit. Again, am I happy about the win? Of course, I will always take a win, no matter what the score is. But am I happy about the performance? No, I'm not. And if any Bills fans want to challenge me on that, then go ahead. Go ahead. I will always be there in the comment section to respond. But this is bullshit. Any Bills fan that accept this performance the way that we did at home against one of the worst teams in football, then shame on fucking you. And at that point, you're a fucking simp if you don't accept the fact that this Bills unit has played like shit the last 4 weeks. You see the way Miami's playing against the Rams? They're blowing them out. You keep fucking around this way. You keep fucking around. Miami's going to end up winning the damn division. They're going to catch up eventually and end up winning the damn division. And we're also playing the toughest part of our schedule, going against Seattle, then Arizona, Pittsburgh, New England again. And you expect this Buffalo Bills unit to keep winning the way that the way that they're playing? No, it's not going to happen. I understand that this is a week-to-week type of league. But it's no coincidence at all that 3 of the last 4 games... No, I'm going to add that 4 because we play like shit against the Jets in the first half. So I'm going to say 4 games in a row now, we've looked mediocre. Every single week always has to be a fight. Whether if it's penalties, whether if it's lack of confidence or lack of leadership on the defensive side of the ball, whether if it's lack of execution in the passing game, whether if it's the lack of execution when it comes to running the ball, every week it's always something with this Bills unit. And I'm tired of it. We're 6-2. Again, happy about that. Am I happy about our performance the last 4 weeks? Hell no. And I will not accept that shit. Because I know this Bills team can do better. I know this is one of the more talented teams in football. But I know there's going to be that one Bills fan out there that's going to call me a fake fan, and that's going to call me spoiled because we're 6-2. It's like I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And honestly, I don't care at this point. I know what Bills fans do. This is what Bills fans do. They're not used to us winning. They're not used to it at all. So whether if they're 6-2 and they can play like garbage and they can win the score 1-0, they're gonna appreciate that. I'm not, however. We play like shit. I'm gonna call it out. We play good. We play good. Then guess what? I'll come on here and I'll say, listen, we played well, like I've always done. But we play like garbage today. Besides the fact that we ran the ball effectively and efficiently and our running offense was good, we played like shit today. And we got to do better, especially with the toughest half when we're going against teams that are over 500 later next week and it starts next week against Seattle. We got to play better. And if any Bills fan accepts this performance, again, the record, you get happy about it, that's fine. But if you accept the way that we played today, you got another thing coming when we play against some of the better teams in football coming in the second half of our schedule. Anyway, guys, Jan716, a.k.a. Jan Sports. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.